Caring too much about what other people think makes you a sheep. Being misunderstood is not a weakness but a strength. You and a group of rebels have the space to solve an important problem that couldn't be solved otherwise. In his blog blog.samaltman.com, Sam Altman talks about how he feels about everything and about caring too much about what others think. He quotes Coco Chanel's memorable words, "I don't care what you think of me. I don't think about you at all." Samuel Altman, 37 years old, born in Chicago but raised in St. Louis, student of computer science and mathematics at Stanford University, is the creator of Chat GPT, the chatbot that demonstrates the impressive steps made in the field of artificial intelligence of large consumption. A speech model that can write a letter or a song or an assignment for you and has already been banned in New York schools. Altman thinks of an artificial intelligence for the good of humanity. He received his first Mac at the age of 8 and soon, says his dermatologist mother, learned to take it apart and put it back together perfectly. 4 years ago he declared his ambition, to imitate the human brain. So he focused on AGI, the artificial general intelligence understood as a machine that can do anything the brain does. My goal in OpenAI is to create a largely profitable AGI. And the revolution starts right from OpenAI, a research laboratory created with Elon Musk, his friend, who soon leaves the lab to follow artificial intelligence projects within Tesla. To follow OpenAI well, Altman is stepping down as president of Y Combinator, a venture capital firm that has invested in more than 1,400 startups including Airbnb, Reddit, Dropbox and Stripe. Before Y Combinator he founded Looped, a social network which he then sells for $43 million. Preliminaries of the classic Silicon Valley genius who already has an idea as a young man and around the age of 30 is already in charge of an important project. Altman creates OpenAI as a nonprofit, then quickly converts to for-profit and aggressively seeks lenders. He finds them. In OpenAI, from which ChatGPT was born, Microsoft will invest $1 billion in 2019, then another $2 billion according to sources in the New York Times. Now the company led by Satya Nadella would be ready to invest another $10 billion. A figure that could change but which demonstrates how Microsoft has every intention of increasing the technological advantage over other big tech companies such as Amazon, Apple, Google. Advantage he hasn't had in 20 years. As a very influential exponent of Silicon Valley today, Sam Altman has fought against racial and gender discrimination, against the too many prejudices typical of the tech industry that affect women and minorities. He spoke in favor of the responsible use of artificial intelligence and against the wrong use that can be made of it. He is not super interested in the world of cryptocurrencies or the Web3. I love the spirit of the Web3 people, but intuitively I don't feel why we need it. It is said of him that he knows everyone and in fact collects heterogeneous friendships ranging from the aforementioned Musk to Peter Thiel to the stylist Diane von Furstenberg, who says of him, "Meeting Sam is like meeting Einstein. He is a genius, he is the greatest point of contact between the future and the past. I think he understands better than anyone, I mean better than anyone I know, where humans are going. Where is civilization going? Maybe he too is creating a new civilization." In his blog he gives a lot of advice on how to create a startup and how to achieve success, a series of rules that are more than a handbook. They are not just slogans, for every point there is an articulated explanation. One of the 13 points is, having to believe almost too much in oneself. About this requirement Altman says, "I remember when Elon Musk took me on a tour of the SpaceX plant many years ago. He talked in detail about how each part of the rocket was made, but what stuck in my memory is the absolute certainty, painted on his face as he spoke, that he was going to send big rockets to Mars. I left him thinking that this is the benchmark of conviction." Other advice from Altman: learn to think independently. Entrepreneurship is very difficult to teach because original thinking is very difficult to teach. The school is not equipped for this. Learn to sell your ideas, invest in communication, especially written communication. It's an investment worth making. You take risks easily, especially at the beginning of your career. You have everything to gain. Concentrate. It is much more important to work on the right thing than to work long hours. Most people spend most of their time on things that are not important. Work hard. Extreme people get extreme results. Be brave. People want to be a part of something exciting and feel that their work matters. Be stubborn. A big secret is that you can bend the world to your will a surprising percentage of the time. Most people don't even try. Compete tough. Most people understand that the most valuable companies are the ones that are hardest to compete with. Build a network. Having talented people around is the basis for a great career. Helping people is what has marked most of my career opportunities. You have to build a reputation on this. Be rich by owning things. Almost no one in the history of the Forbes list has gotten there because he has a salary. Guide yourself. Most people do what they do because they want to impress others. This is bad for many reasons.